Life. I was at the hospital today. They gave me these ear drops, and I'm on all these fucking pain pills, and the pain is so bad, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. And I just need you to pray for me. And I'm sorry for everything that happened between us. It was Satan trying to fuck with our relationship with money and screaming and shouting. So please give me a hug, bro. Come on. Love you, kid. Good luck tonight. All right. Good luck tonight, everybody. Good luck. Live here at the Fifth Ward. We have our first triple threat match for you. Coming live with MVP TV out at the Fifth Ward. It's Coup de Grace against the Beach Bums. We got a team of Marcellus Vasquez, Brandon Breen, and Scott Whitman going against Jerry Bennett, Andrew Henry, and Scott Long. Forgive me, it's Coup de Grace. Coup de grace against the Beach Bums. There won't be any sand here, though, ladies and gentlemen. These two lagging it out. They have delivered a good one, and Scotty wins it with a 2-ball, getting closer to the rail there. And we're ready for our first singles match, silver on silver. These two squared up in the silver bracket. Whitman took Long in 3 sets, I believe, was the final. It was a heck of a match. Could have went either way. And now they find themselves faced against one another again. One timeout per rack. Ball breaks are spotted. And we're off here at the Fifth Ward. Frankie D gives him a good break and gets an unlucky roll for a scratch. And Whitman will get his big mitts on this one for the first time. And we're off. Whitman eyeing up the 1-ball here. Ooh! Maybe took it for granted there right off the bat and rattled it. Left it sit there. God, he might be able to go over and back here and get eyes on that. Yep. That's a good stroke on this. He could make it. Just missed. Good hit. All right. Whitman puts it in, comes out. Got a tough angle on the 2-ball here. A safe has been called. Whitman fires it up table, and it doesn't look half bad. Could be a little bit difficult. A good hit on that here. Scotty looking to go rail first here. I think he can make this shot. There's room. And gets a good hit on it. Puts it right at the pocket, though, for Whitman. He's going to jump up here. And he puts the 2 in. Over and back bounce. Perfect leave. Oh, a wildfire there. And he gets a decent leave on it. And Scotty thins it and keeps the cue out. A good shot there. Risky but effective. Whitman puts it in and also pockets the cue in the side. Frankie D's gonna have ball in hand. Frankie D makes the 4, comes out nicely for the 5. Gonna be looking to draw this back. It's a big blast and a big drawback, and it's coming down the hat. An unlucky break. Came back nice, just kept rolling. And now Whitman's going to get ball in hand on the 6. See what he can operate with here. Whitman fires wildly and is unable to make the 6.
Thinking that he had to fit.
Okay, well, Michelle has... Frankie D makes a good shot there, not to scratch. And he's going to play a little defense on the 8 here. Oh, a double kissed. And he gets nicely behind the 9, perhaps. Perhaps not. Whitman down on all 4s here, seeing if he can get a clear hit on this 8. And Whitman just says, I'll go up and down and call it back here in the corner. And he's unable to get contact. So Frankie D's got a chance to put the Beach Bums up 1-0 here. As Bennett and Henry look on anxiously. Ooh. All right, Whitman giving a look at the 8, and he's unable to pocket it. And the cue comes out and around, and Frankie D's going to get another chance. Rolls the 8 in, has a good clean shot on the 9. Gotta stay down here, just make this, roll up a 10, you'll have the 10 on the side. Frankie D makes it and rolls up. Pretty far, though. He was gonna go for a bit of a ride here. Oh, well, he avoided a scratch. And Whitman's going to have a chance to put his team up. Coup de grace. And he makes it. And they lead 1-0. And next it'll be Brandon Breen against Andrew Henry. And let's take this time to thank our first sponsor, Shays Vending. Established in 1938, Shays Vending has been serving Lebanon County and surrounding areas for over 86 years with all your barroom needs. Located at 300 East Cumberland Street in Lebanon, they offer pool tables, pinball machines, dartboards, jukeboxes, PA skill games, and ATMs. They can be reached at 717-272-1271 7 days a week at any time, and we'll deliver at no extra charge. Shays Vending, we thank you. And Breen and Henry are ready to get this one started here. Breen gives him a good whack. The 2 balls down. And he's got a clean look at the 1. A nice break from Breen. Breen makes a great shot on the 1. Pops it with some draw into the rail and back out, and he's got eyes on the 3 here. He's called a bank on the 3. And that unbelievably scratch between all those balls, and Andrew Henry is going to have ball in hand here in rack number 2. Coup de grace leads it 1-0. Okay, Henry makes 3, pulls down to the middle. And he gets a little out of shape. Called it back at him. Gets a good hit on it. And okay, not too bad of a lead there. Green could have some difficulty figuring something out to do here. And he goes for the cut and misfired. Henry back up to the table now. Henry goes for a bank and leaves it a bit short. Green looking it over, seeing where that cue is going to fly, if he makes it. And Breen makes a good little ricochet shot there and pots the 5. He's going to have a little slice on the 6. It'll be interesting to see what he has on that 7 as the cue looks like. Oh! Henry rolls the 6 in and comes out. Good eyes on the 7 here. Oh, too much drawback, more than he wanted there. He pulls it back though. He's got the 8. A great shot by Henry on a snap draw. Leaves himself a bank now. Could strategically play a D here, but looking to go for it. And timeout, our first timeout of this triple threat match has been called by Jerry Bennett from the sidelines. Bennett talking about the possible options here from a make. You go for the bank. Gotta hit it hard and come 3 rails out. Or you could thin the cue, thin the 9 and get the cue up table. And try to leave the 9 in the middle of the table. Maybe with some right spin you could get the cue down up behind this 10 ball possibly. And a safe has been called. Spins the 9, puts it on the bottom rail, and brings the cue up. A good safe there. A good shot. Good time out there. Green goes to the cut and comes up short, and he's going to leave Henry a good chance here to get out on this rack. Henry draws it back perfectly. And he makes the 10 and ties this matchup at 1. And now it'll be Bennett against Marcellus. Take this time to thank another one of our sponsors, VIP Moving, John Brandt and Company. For any of your moving needs in town or across the country, VIP has it handled, from packing to loading to storage and even vehicle transportation. Call VIP at 717-269-5979. Thank you for your sponsorship, VIP. So we got Marcellus, MVP TV's very own, going against Jerry Bennett. The score's 1-1. It's the last singles match before the triple threat Scotch triples matches start. That ought to be very interesting. Alright, so Bennett breaks and makes 1 here. Okay, Marcellus is going to have a shot on this 2 here. And he rolls the 2 ball in, comes back down nicely for the 3. A good shot by Marcellus there. Marcellus puts it in the side. Nice spin. Beautifully done for a perfect shot on the 4. A great shot from the kid. A little pull back here. He'll have this 5 in the side. He does it beautifully. Marcellus is shooting strong here. Marcellus makes the 5, gets a couple of spins, and sits it right up on the 7 ball. Ooh, had a lot of spin work in there. Still can shoot it all the way down, it would appear. He's called it all the way down. And it just misfired. And okay, he didn't leave a great shot. Bennett can do something with this, though. Bennett fires away and leaves a 6 ball up table. Marcellus makes the 6, bounces around, and has a nice shot on the 7. Marcellus fires away at the 7, coming on down, coming a little too far. Now we're getting perpendicular. Marcellus is going in the side. And comes up a bit short. And Bennett will get back up on this one. It's staying down here. And it rattles the pocket and comes flying all the way over by the side and doesn't leave a great shot back. Marcellus has called the combo here. And he makes a great shot and comes over him back twice. Marcellus rattles the 8-ball, trying to come down for the 10. Unbelievable. Bennett's going to look to put this away and just draw this back down here. And he does just that. It should be over here. Bennett should be able to finish this. And he does. And the Beach Bums take a 2-1 lead, and we're ready for the triple threat. Going to have the first triple threat match, and let's thank another sponsor here. World Beaters Billiards Apparel. They offer a wide range of billiards apparel at reasonable and affordable prices. Their apparel is 100% customizable at no extra cost. Whether you need one jersey or a complete collection of products for the whole team, they can help. No order is too small or large. Visit them on Facebook or their website at worldbeaters.myshopify.com to shop all their products now. World Beaters Billiards Apparel. We thank you for your sponsorship. And Whitman starts the bidding and blasts it and makes 3 balls on the break. The 2, the 6, and the 9. Green with a nice bank shot on the 1, leaves Marcellus a shot on the 3. This was about to be a bankathon, but the 3 gets spit out there. And Frankie D's going to step up first for the Beach Bums in this one. They lead it 2-1. And he makes a good hit there. That'll bring Whitman up. Oh, no, that won't. Oh, yes, it will. Whitman trying to see how he can get a good hit here. Whitman doesn't want to give ball in hand here, so he's giving it an extra look. He's called it back at him on the kick. And he hit it, but he scratched. Andrew Henry placing the ball here now. Timeout has been used. Excuse me. Well, timeout's been called. One timeout per rack. Andrew Henry tried to fly it up table, but it hit the 5. It'll bring Bennett up now, and he's got to figure something on the 4. Safe's been called. He thins it, puts it over to the side, doesn't leave a good shot, and it'll bring Breen up to the table. Breen goes for a back bank and just barely misses. Bring Scotty back up to the table here. Calls the safe and sends the 4 up table. Marcellus bearing down on the 4 here. And he makes it. And the cue comes rolling nice for a good shot in the side now. As Superman Whitman comes back up to the table. Whitman looking around, seeing what one of his partners will have next. And he gets 2 tits in the side pocket and she spits it out. It'll bring Andrew Henry back up to the table. Beach Bums are leading this thing 2-1. That's Bennett, Henry, and Scott Long. They're leading it 2-1 over Whitman, Breen, and Vasquez. Henry fires away at the 5 and misses it. And ends up kissing it in. So they'll have the option if they want to give it back. Timeout Timeout's been called by Coup de Grace. Marcellus tells him to go for it. Green goes for it and makes it. And that'll bring up Marcellus, and if he can just roll this 8-ball in, Whitman will have a duck 10. Marcellus makes the 8 and comes out nicely for Whitman here. And he's going to have a chance to tie this thing up at 2 now. Whitman makes it and keeps the cue out of 2 different pockets and ties it at 2. Take a second here to thank our next sponsor, Flawless Entertainment and Productions, a brand by Joshua Lane. It is his Christian rap record label, and they're happy to sponsor this evening's match. Their music can be found on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/flawlessthefastlane. God bless everyone watching. In Jesus' mighty name, thank you for your sponsorship. Flawless Entertainment and Productions. Alright, 5 calling the match. Pray for me. I'm in a lot of pain. My ear, I'm taking ear drops. So we're 2-2 here, and we're getting ready for match number 5, and this will be the second triple threat rack. One didn't get out. Well, he didn't. No, we'll fix it for tomorrow.
It looked like it was. It looked so close. I'm like, what the? I
3 triples racks here. Someone's getting a little confused, but you go 3 single and then 3 triple and then 3 single. Give another shout out to 717 Sports Hub, courtesy of Michael Light. Prayers for you and your family with everything you got going on. You can add their group page on Facebook and talk sports with all sports fans in the 717 area. 717 Sports Hub. Michael Light's been chopping it up in the hub for 7+ years now, and we all enjoy your awesome sports knowledge, brother. Our prayers are with you. God bless you, and thank you for your sponsorship, 717 Sports Hub. All right, we're ready to get this rack started here. Bennett's ready to give it a go. He's rearing back, and he gives it a good blast, and they're flying every which way. And he's made the 1 ball. And he's looking for contact on the 2, and we might have a push here. Since clear contact can't be made, so that a foul doesn't have to be risked. Frankie D gets a good hit and hide on it, a real good one. Green's gonna have some tough sledding here. Green trying to line up a hit here. It's going to be tough any which way you try to look at it. Looking for an alleyway. No one wants to be freely giving away ball in hand. Green fires away, makes a good hit on it. A nice sliver hit. A very good shot there. Henry rolls it in and just comes out a tad. Tries to leave a shot on that 3. Bennett fires away and it's no good. Marcellus taking a look here. Gonna try to cut this 3 in. Maybe the Q will run into the 5 and deaden it for a shot on the 4. And he makes a good shot there. Whitman up to the table here. A good back cut attempt on the 4. And he leaves it all the way up table. A tough hit. Frankie D looking for a good kick hit here on the 4. He's called the 10 ball. Q comes flying by, might get a piece coming back. It does. And scratches. Unbelievable. And now Breen's going to get ball in hand here. Green's looking it over very carefully here, seeing if he can get on that 5 ball. Green fires the 4 in the side and rattles it out and tried to break the 5. Andrew Henry ready to fire away, shooting over a ball here. Oh, he's called safe. I think. He did. He doesn't want to make it and then have his team have to break the 5 out. Decent strategy here. Marcellus rolls it in and makes the 4 all the way down. Worst pain of my life. Whitman still looking it over here. Safe has been called. And a good shot there by Whitman. He hides the 5. Bennett gets a good hit, but the Coup scratches. Green's going to be looking to roll this 5 on the side and just leave a simple shot on the 6 all the way down, I'd imagine. Don't have to do much. He does just that. Leaves Marcellus a clean shot. Marcellus rolls it in nicely and leaves Whitman a good look on the 7. Whitman getting down on it. Oh, and he accidentally draws it into the corner for a scratch, and it's going to be a golden opportunity here for the Beach Bums. And a time match at 2. Timeout's been called here. Frankie D's calling it all the way down. Rolls it up a little bit. If Henry makes this, they'll have it. A little bit of a slice. Andrew Henry. Oh, he's called the bank. I can't believe it. Well, I guess when you can bank like that. Bennett's got a chance here to put the Beach Bums up 3-2. And he clanked it. He missed it. Inexplicably. And Breen's gonna have a chance to steal this rack all of a sudden here. And Breen does make the 10. And Coup de Grace leads it 3-2 now as they steal that rack. And we'll take this time to thank our next sponsor, Tier 7, sponsored by Edward McDaniels. He has over 100 different games and puzzles he's interested in sharing with everyone, including Tier 7, which is a mixture of chess and checkers. Anyone interested in more information is instructed to email Ed McDaniels at maxterT7@gmail.com. That's maxterT7@gmail.com. Thank you, Ed and Tier 7. Marcellus ready to break it up here, and he does that and gives him a good whack. And he gets some love, and the 2 and the 3 each go in. Whitman looking it over here. Safe has been called. And he scratches. Frankie D is going to get ball in hand here on the 1. Out makes the 1 and comes on over. It's going to be tough sledding on the 4. And a Henry Bowles going for a hit. Still not an ideal rack. There's some ugliness on the table. Tough transition from the 4 to the 5 here. Green blasts it and comes out, and there should be daylight on the 5. Still a tough cut. Real tough from that far down table. Base been called, and Marcellus tapped it to the side rail. A good, smart, safe shot. Then it gets a good hit. A good punt leaves the cue all the way up table. Whitman lining it up. And no good, and the 5 goes and sits ugly. Baseman called here by Frankie D. Puts the 5 up on the cluster. Good play. They're up now. Green looking it over here. Not much to do other than find a defense. Timeout's been called here. Marcellus will give some intel. Green goes for it and leaves it tough. Good shot selection there. Would have had the 6 if they made it. Good two-way shot.
Kind of breaking out of the Alright, back here.
Henry going for a kick here on the 5. And he gets the 7 only. Sets the 7 up as a duck also. That'll help the run out. Marcellus leaves Whitman a good leave on the 6 here, and he just needs to make it and come over, and they'll have the 7. Whitman makes it and comes out. Okay, so Breens just want to make this and leave a nice easy shot on the 8. Rolls over nice for a shot on the side. Marcellus can snap draw this back or roll with it and get underneath that 10. Marcellus makes it in the side and goes 1, 2, rails, and fits beautifully for the 9. And Whitman's just got to roll this in. And he runs into the 10, and Breen's going to have an interesting shot here. Breen ready to go here. Let's see if he can make it. He goes for the cut, comes up empty, and leaves a straight on absolute leave in the middle of the table for Bennett. And Bennett cuts it in. Makes a good shot. What a cut. Ties this match up in 3. And that'll lead us to our next sponsor, Full Coup Mang, a brand created by Brandon Breen. He shoots Shays League with the Wasted Seamen out of the Navy, as well as Wednesday Night APA as well. Thank you for your sponsorship, Full Coup Mang and Brandon Breen, and he is participating in this match. And I have his son to my left hand right now, little Marshall's watching his dad. He's in a heated 3-3 race right now, and we thank you for your sponsorship, Full Coup Mang. Scott Long ready to break this one up. We're tied 3-3 here. Long, he gives him a good whack here. And he pots the 10 ball on the break, but it's going to get spotted. And that'll give us a second to thank our next sponsor, Valentine's Barbershop, located at 39 East Cumberland Street. Stop on by from Tuesday to Friday anytime between 9:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. or Saturdays from 9 to 2 and get a fresh cut from Jeff himself or Christopher Torres. You can call to make an appointment at 717-274-5884. And if you mention Terror Squad or Goodfellas when you're there, you will assure yourself the best cut in town. Thank you for your sponsorship, Valentine's Barbershop. We're ready for action here again. Whitman making his way up to the table. We are back to singles action here. Frankie D fires away at the 2 and comes up empty. Whitman announces a safe. And it's not a bad one. Frankie D calls a safe back here. And he gets a great safe as he pulls a cue behind the 7 ball. Whitman's gonna have a very difficult time getting a good strike on this one. And Whitman picks it up and says, I'm not even gonna try to hit it. Frankie D rolls the 2 ball in. He's called the combo here. Yeah, makes a good shot on that. Frankie D plays another safe and sends a 3 ball down table. Whitman calls a 7, but the 8 drops. And Scotty puts the 3 in the middle of the table.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Scotty's got a chance on the 3-ball here. He makes it and comes back up table and has a shot on it in the side. Scotty makes a nice shot on the 4 in the side. Also bank on the 5. Had it headed in there. Now it's rolling back up table. Whitman's gonna have a shot. Whitman's called a bank on the 6. And he makes the 7. And the 6. And Scotty's gonna have a chance to get this rack. Scotty uses his timeout. Gonna have a chat with Bennett. Oh, Scotty just misses it, but leaves it in a decent spot. Whitman's called the bank. And he leaves it ugly again. Scotty misses the bank, and he's going to leave it tough again. Whitman's called a bank here. And he makes it, and the cue stays up. And it's 4-3, coup de grace. Take a second to thank our next sponsor, 717 Notary Tags and Title. At 717 Notary Tags and Title, they have 3 convenient locations, Lebanon, Palmyra, and Jonestown. They're contracted with PennDOT, DCNR, and PFBC. They specialize in title transfers for vehicles, ATVs, snowmobiles, and boats, and they can issue registration on the spot. 717 Notary Tags and Title, thank you for your sponsorship. All right, so Coup de Grace leads at 4-3 here. Now we'll have Breen against Andrew Henry. We got C's Auto Sales on the sponsorship as well. Quality used cars, SUVs, and trucks at affordable prices. Buy here, pay here with no credit check. Warranty included on every vehicle. C's Auto Sales in Lebanon. Thank you for your sponsorship. Thank you. Did you hear that? My head that just cracked. You heard that? Hopefully that helps, bro. I'm in the worst pain of my life right now. Like, I should be in the hospital now. Yeah, but they found nothing. It's sharp, stabbing, slicing, all in my whole ear, brother. Alright, Breen's got an interesting situation here. Oh. And Breen puts the 10 up on the top rail and fouls intentionally. Alright, Henry plays a D here on Breen in a rack that he must have. Breen fouls there, and Henry's going to get ball in hand. Henry rolls the 1 ball in. Alright. Henry looking it over here. Henry tried to get a bounce back up table there and did not get it, and now he's going to be under duress on the 7 ball here. Tries to play a safe. Makes the 7, runs into the 8. He called a combo on the 10 and misses and sends both balls up table. Henry makes it. Good shape here on the 9. Match up at 4. Called it in the corner and he's made it, and it's 4-4. We're going to the hill here. Time to thank our last sponsor, the William Penn Restaurant. Come on by and check out Mike Lavendis at the William Penn Restaurant, known for their world-famous hot dogs for over 95 years. Since 1928, the William Penn serving Lebanon, located at 635 Cumberland Street on the corner of 7th and Cumberland in historic downtown Lebanon. Thank you, Mike and William Penn Restaurant, for your sponsorship. And we're ready to go on the hill here in this first set. We're tied at 4. And it's going to Marcellus. Bennett gives him a good crack and pockets one. I'm sorry, he did not make anything. That was something made on the other table. Marcellus plays in safe and looks to be a good one. Bennett tries to get a good hit and is unable to. Marcellus makes the 1 and rolls up for the 2. Makes the 2, has the 3. Marcellus makes a good shot. Marcellus makes a good combination here. Marcellus makes the 4 and pushes the 6 up table. Marcellus calls a bank and makes the bank. We should go over and back twice. Oh, we tried to, and he inexplicably missed it. Bennett rolls the 7 in, comes back very nicely for the 8. Bennett makes the 8 and draws it over and back perfectly for the 9. Bennett makes it and goes a few rails over and has a good leave on the 10. Bennett rolls the 10 ball in, and the Beach Bums win the first set 5-4 here at the 5th Ward. Take a brief intermission, and we'll be right back with you here as we start the second set momentarily. All right, we're ready to get the second set started here. Music got turned up, so we're going to be getting kicked off the air a little bit more frequently. Since that is the case, it will only pick up audio when I speak. Jerry, that 10 ball. Whitman blasts him up. And he doesn't make anything. That'll bring Frankie D to the table. Bennett, that 10 ball suddenly became a little tricky high pressure shot, and you walked it down no problem. Did that creep in at all? I know. Frankie D, good intentions there. Puts the 1 ball ugly. Oh, man. Green getting down on it here. Sends it up table. What's going on? First rack of the second. Single, and the second was first. Oh, I never knew that. Okay, I didn't get that sheet. I didn't get the menu. I didn't get that new rule.
I don't.
Second set starts with triple threat. We can learn together as we learn this game together. Speaking of learning, Breen scratches and learns that he must retrieve the cue ball for his opponent.
Shout out to my dad.
There you go. That was Marshall. Breen's son is out here, rooting his dad on. Listening to some Rihanna. Back to the action here. Frankie D's mulling it over here. The 3 on the side is an interesting shot. And the 4 and the 10 are pinched. He's called a bank. And it goes in like it had eyes. A great shot there from the murderer. Safe called by Henry. Marcellus calls the safe and launches the 4 up table. Bennett was the hero for his team in the first set. He walked the 10 ball down to finish it on the hill after there were several giveaways. He's staying down here, and he's going to pop the cue ball back down. Yes, a nice shot by Bennett there as he gets nice on the 5 for Frankie D. And he's going to be in position to roll this in and have an easy bounce out. Frankie D does that, gets a helpful kiss from the 10, and sits absolutely perfect for the 7 in the side, and Henry's going to be licking his chops on this one. Henry hits it a little too hard, but Bennett says, I can handle this. Honey? He's going to put some inside draw on this, make that 8, bounce over a rail, come back a second rail, and sit nice on the 9, I predict. Bennett does that, goes 1 rail, I said 2 and back. Oh, it didn't hit the second one and sits perfect. Frankie D's got to take his time. He's shooting out of the pocket. He's jacked up. These can be tough to make sometimes. Oof, and it did. It's rattled. It takes accuracy away. Although you're shooting out of a side pocket, you don't want to be jacked up. You want to keep your head down so you can see the maze down low and put a good contact hit on. Nice level stroke, although we're shooting out of the side, yes. However, the 9 has sat ugly up top, and Whitman's going to give it a go here. Whitman's ready here. He's got his sword sharpened up here. He hits it a little too fat and gives a grunt, and the 9 comes rolling back down table and leaves an interesting angle. Bennett says, I'm calling time out. We're going to talk about it. He runs up there. That's for you. Yep. Henry's looking to back cut this all the way down. Hits it too fat, comes all the way back down, and is spinning, falling. But look at this, the 9 is left right on top of the 10. And Marcellus calls for time. Marcellus is telling him to play a defense here. You could just trim that 9 and make the cube just right underneath the 10. A nice shot by Breen. Did the 9 come out far enough to get hit? Nope, I believe Bennett will have to kick at it. Bennett's going to have to kick at this one here. Unless he can see it going by. Maybe he can get a sliver of it. Supposedly he can. I didn't think so, and he fouls and hits the 10 going by and makes it easier to make. And Marcellus isn't going to have to move the cue ball far here. Marcellus rolls it in the side pocket and leaves Whitman pretty perfect on the 10 here. And Whitman puts it in here, and Coup de Gras leads it 1-0 here. Yeah, but you can't prematurely make it, so the 10 would get spotted then, and then you would continue shooting.
Not like
Not in that aspect, with making it early.
oh,
Good question. Frankie D gives him a whack. Huh? Green could play a push here or go for it off the rail. And he fouled. Henry will get ball in hand here. Frankie D combos the 10 in. It'll get spotted. There's a demonstrative answer to your question. How are you on? Henry makes a good kick combo there. He's fired up. He gives a pound to Longy. Bennett rolls a 3 in, leaves a nice little shot on the 4. Scotty makes the 4 and comes over for a nice shot on the 5 in the side. Bennett makes the 6, draws it back perfectly, has a beautiful shot on the 8 for Frankie D. And he pushed the 9 at the pocket, even better. Andrew Henry's going to make this and roll this in. And Bennett hangs the 11 ball. Marcellus is going to have a chance to steal this here for Coup de Grace. And he does. He rolls it in there. We got a 1-1 score here now between the Beach Bums and Coup de Grace in set number 2. Beach Bums pulled it out in the first set. 5-4 on the hill. This is a triple threat match here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. We're happy to have them hosting us. Scott Whitman gives them a good smack here. And he's unable to pot anything on the break. He's left easy contact on the 1 here. A good combo. Henry makes a good shot there. If he could get around the 10. Bennett's getting left tough. He's going to go rail first here. Doesn't have much of a choice. And he gets a good hit. A great shot there by Bennett. A good job by Breen. Frankie D tries to make it in the side, pushes it a little far. Marcellus announces a save. Henry calls it up in the corner. And he gets a good strike on it. And leaves a tough shot back. Whitman ponders it. Could play this into the back of the 2 at low right and spin the Coup down and make the 3. Calls a safe. And leaves the length of the table shot. Not a bad idea. And it makes a great stop shot on the 2. Frankie D walks it. Could be a tough hit for Henry. Henry gets a good hit off the rail. Green's looking it over here. And Breen just misses a good hit on the 4 and fouls. And it runs the 4-ball down. Frankie D makes the 5. Henry makes a good shot and just misses coming out for a shot on the 7. Bennett, unable to pocket it, leaves the length of the table shot. Whitman looking it over here. He calls the cut and overcuts it, but it kind of leaves the cue behind the 10. Frankie D is going to have to go rail first. Frankie D goes rail first and puts it in perfectly. Leaves a great shot for his teammate. And the Beach Bums get this one. Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
I have it up.
Oh, it's good. Oh, 2-1. Fine.
No, it's 2-1.
Oh, I didn't see that. You're good. It's good. We're on a lag. Oh. All right, Frankie D's going to be looking to give this one a good whack here. His team trails at 2-1 in the second set, but they did win the first set. He gives him a good whack. He makes one. And leaves a decent look on the one. And we're back to singles action with this. Alright, we're on the early stages of this rack here. Whitman makes a great cut shot on the 2. A nice slice there. And he scratches there, going for the 3 ball. Frankie D rattles the 3 and sends it right back where it started. Whitman calls a safe. And the 5 sits decently for a shot in the side pocket or all the way down. Whitman's gonna have another shot on this 5 ball here. Makes it, and then it has a slight back cut on the 6 here. He makes that and runs into a bit of trouble here. He'll have to kick at this. Frankie D's got ball in hand here. And Longy rolls the 7 in. Now he's going to have a good leave on the 8 here. He makes the 8, comes down, and leaves himself beautifully on the 9 ball. Oh, but he's unable to make the 9, and Whitman's going to get another chance up. Whitman plays it safe. Frankie D makes an unbelievable shot. He didn't call it there. So now Whitman can take this, or he can hand it back if he wants. He can go for it or give it to his opponent. He's going for it. And Whitman makes a bank shot. And we have a 3-1 score now. Whitman's fired up now. All right, so Breen's looking it over here, and he gives him a good whack. Alright, Andrew Henry's got his eyes on this rack here. Got his eyes on the 4 here. And he makes it. And he could run him out. Henry makes it and brings it back pretty far. He makes a good shot on the 7, comes over, and he's gonna have good eyes on the 8. Little top left will bring this right over for you. Henry does just that and comes over very well for the 9. A good transition there, and he should be out on this rack. This is smooth sailing for him. Rolls the 9 in and does come over. Henry makes the 10, and we have a 3-2 score now. As it'll be Marcellus against Bennett. Three-two score here. Bennett going against Marcellus now. Bennett's team won the first set as he made the clinching shot on the hill on the 10. All right, Bennett's ready to go here. Bennett with a dry break, and Marcellus is giving it a good look here. Marcellus plays a defense here. Bennett looking it over with ball in hand here. Bennett jacked up, misses the 3. Gets some safety good encouragement from his teammate there. Marcellus is trying to line up a kick hit here. And Marcellus puts it in. A good shot there. How you doing, brother? Just in a lot of pain with my ear. If you could pray for me, I'm trying to get through this, man. Hurts so bad. Yeah, bro. And Marcellus fouls. Bennett calls a good save here. Marcellus could be up for this challenge here. It's a 2-rail strike, perhaps. Maybe 3 if you go bottom rail first. Oh, a good hit again from Marcellus. He's making some good kicks here. And Bennett plays another defense and leaves Marcellus the length of the table once again. Marcellus is bearing down. And the 4 comes out, and Bennett's going to have a great look at this. Bennett fires away at the 5, and it doesn't drop. Marcellus has been getting some good kicking practice in on this rack. Marcellus made a good kick hit, but he scratched. And it could be out on this rack here. Is he shooting the 6 now? And it makes that and comes around perfectly for the 8. And it makes a great draw shot here, and he should have this rack from this position. And a nice draw, and he should be finishing this one up here now. Bennett rolls it in, and we're tied at 3 here in the second set. At the 5th Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Happy to be bringing you this triple threat match brought to you by MVP TV. So we're 3-3 in set number 2 here, with the Beach Bums winning the first set.
What is that?
Alright, Bennett racking them up here. Alright, Whitman ready to break these up here. And he didn't make anything. Frankie D unable to make it there. Green makes a good walk there, and the cue ball sits right behind the 3-up table. Marcellus calls a kick in the opposite corner. Bombs away, makes a good hit, and sends the 2-up table. And it does not pocket the 4. Tough though, because the 4 is so deep, you could scratch if you do this improperly. I'm not sure what the discussion is here. He's called the 4. And it's good. Then it makes it and rolls out for the 3. And the Beach Boys could be in business here. The Beach Bums. Frankie D unable to make it there. Whitman threads the needle in the side nicely. Green gives it a blast. Comes around and down with the cue. Marcellus giving it a look here, as he knows this is going to part the Red Sea. Marcellus has announced a safe. He's going to try to thin the 6 and get the cue down table and leave it behind the 8-9, I believe, somehow. And he sends both balls around. He breaks it out, but he leaves a tough shot, shooting right over a ball. Henry's called the bank here. This would be a heck of a shot. Oh. Not sure what happened there. Another shot over a ball coming here. Whitman gives it a whack, sends the 6 flying around, and Bennett's gonna have a good look at it now. Bennett plays a two-way shot here and gets behind the 7. Breen's in a tough spot here. He needs to get contact on the 6. And it goes right in between, a near miss. Frankie D makes it and rolls up. And Andrew Henry missed the 7 ball there. Marcellus is called the bank. Marcellus is unable to bank the 7 home, and Bennett's going to have a good look here again. Frankie D rolls the 8 in the side and has a nice leave on the 9 for Henry. Doesn't need to do much here. Henry makes it and comes down and around. Bennett's got a good shot here. I've seen him make shots like this a time or two before. He's looking to put his team up 4-3 here. And Bennett makes it and puts the Beach Bums up 4-3. Dying, dude. And we're underway here in rack number 8 of the second set. 4-3. I'll say. Whitman gives it a whack. And Breen will have eyes on the 3-ball next. Gives him a whack here. Alright, and I'll bring Andrew Henry up. By the way, if the Beach Bums win this rack, this race is over, and they're the winners. A nice shot by Andrew Henry as he makes a called combo. And Bennett draw this back out and have a shot on the 4. Oh, he rattled it. And he left it down table, and Marcellus will be used to this because he's been kicking this whole match, it seems. Marcellus makes good contact. And Longy unable to make the 3. Whitman rolls a 3-ball in. W both good here. Got a song for you. So, really old. Marcellus with an unlucky scratch here, and Bennett's going to get ball in hand. All right, Bennett with a good shot and good position on the 7 there. These guys are looking to run out and wrap this thing up here. Yeah, it looks good. Longy with a stop shot. Henry studying this 8-ball here. Timeout's been called here. One.
Have a little bit of. That's.
Yeah, those are nice.
Have a.
You're supposed to be next up at any given time now. Henry, and he plays the gate on the bottom rail, but sets it up and leaves a duck for Whitman. And Marcellus has called timeout here. Whitman makes the 8 and comes down and gets pretty good on the 9 from the looks of it, I'd say. Good enough. I've seen Breen make a shot like this. You're going to have to get the cue stick out of the way. Breen looking at this hard as he's left directly over top of the 9 ball here. And a rack that they must have. Otherwise, it's over, Rover. Breen's looking like the thinker here. If a pose could tell 1,000 words. Don't scratch, Breen. Breen fins the 9 and plays an excellent defense and leaves the cue punted all the way up on the top rail. A great defense there to try to save your hind end in this one. Bennett with a slow roll, coming around, trying to get it behind the 10, and I can't tell if Marcellus can see it from there or not. It's a tight shot. Marcellus is getting low like a gopher. They need to get a good head on this. You don't want to give ball and hand up this late in the game in a rack that you absolutely must have. Marcellus is eyeing it up. Not sure if he's called a pocket here. He He thins it and leaves Scott Long a chance for a walk. Frankie D's going to be firing away at this one, or will he look for a defense here? He's called a bank. He's called the bank, it rattles out, it's coming all the way back down table, and sits pinched on the cue. Unbelievable leave. And Whitman's gonna have to deal with this tough scenario here, and look out. And they're out of timeout. And Breen and Marcellus are beside themselves, wondering what Whitman's gonna do here. Their fate is in the hands of big Scott Whitman here. What's he gonna do on this 9 not to leave a shot? If you hit it pretty much anywhere, you're gonna leave something decent. Unless you just baby it into the rail that it's on, but then you have a chance of leaving it all the way up. A tough decision here. Jerry Bennett comes up to the table to get a closer look and appears very interested suddenly. He called a safe, and he leaves an absolute duck for Andrew Henry. And they're going to have a chance to seal the deal here. Henry shoots the 9 and pulls it back and gets absolutely perfect for Bennett. And that could be it here. It could be the winning shot. Has Jerry Bennett ended it? And he has. And the Beach Bums are victorious here. Jerry Bennett, Andrew Henry, and Scott Long have defeated Marcellus, Breen, and Whitman. 2 sets to none. 5-4 and 5-3. A total of 10-7 in rack count. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have another match up and running for you shortly, as it's the second part of the triple threat coming up next here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club. We'll be signing off here momentarily. It was a good fight every which way. The triple threat match is very interesting. But for now, we're going to be signing off. Until next time, thanks for tuning in, and God bless you all in Jesus' mighty name.